If you want to learn how to make a wheat sourdough starter with an added punch, you've come to the right place. Right, it's day one. You're firstly going to need to grab a glass jar and 90 grams of filtered lukewarm water and mix in 60 grams of organic rye flour. Then cover it loosely, put it aside in a warm place for 24 hours. I use an ice box with a hot water bottle inside. So after 24 hours, you're going to come back to your starter and see if it's nice and bubbly like this one. If it is, what you're going to do is feed the starter, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. If it isn't, then what you're going to do is top up your hot water bottle and give it a bit more heat and come back to it in another 24 hours. Otherwise, add 90 grams of again filtered lukewarm water and another 60 grams of rye flour. Cover it and place again in a warm place for 24 hours. Okay, on day 3, things should be looking a bit more bubbly than yesterday. Add another 90 grams of filtered lukewarm water and add 60 grams of rye flour. Mix it nicely, cover and place again in your warm place for another 24 hours. Right, so things should be looking nice and bubbly with the fermentation really going hard. What we're going to do now is scale down our starter. We're going to take a smaller jar and add 60 grams of lukewarm filtered water and mix in 30 grams of our starter that we've started making. We're then going to add 20 grams of rye flour and 40 grams of wheat flour. Give it a good mix and then cover, warm place for 24 hours. Well, thanks for sticking with me. It's day 5 and we're almost there. Your starter should be looking nice and bubbly. We just have one more thing to do. Essentially, we're going to do exactly like we did yesterday. Add 60 grams of warm filtered water, 30 grams of your starter, give that a nice mix, and then add another 20 grams of rye flour and 40 grams of wheat flour. Then once again, cover it and leave it in a nice warm place. Well, it's day 6, hopefully you're ready to bake, but before you do, there's a little test you can do on this starter to make sure that it's ready. Just grab yourself a glass of water and a little dollop of the starter. Put it into the water, and if it floats, you're good to go. If it does sink to the bottom, you're going to have to repeat day 5. Remember, the more you bake with your starter, the stronger it's going to get. If you're baking regularly with it, you can leave it on the side, but if you're not baking too regularly, keep it in the fridge and remember to feed it between bakes. Now that your starter's ready, all you need to do is get baking. Check out this video for a fantastic easy bake. Cheers.